For much of my adult life, I was caught in a relentless chase to lose those stubborn 10 pounds that seemed to cling to me no matter what I did. I'd stand in front of the mirror, pinching at my waist, feeling frustrated and defeated, convinced that a lower number on the scale would finally make me feel confident in my own skin. The gym became my battleground, a place where I poured out sweat and energy, believing that if I just worked hard enough, I'd sculpt the body I desire. I was all in, showing up day after day, pushing myself to the limit, driven by this deep desire to feel strong, capable, and at home in my body. But looking back, I realized I was working hard in ineffective ways, wasting years on approaches that left me exhausted and no closer to my goal. If only I'd known then what I know now. Everything changed when I hit a breaking point. I was approaching my 30s, and I just found myself at a stage in life where I simply wanted to turn a corner, and I couldn't shake the thought that this was my chance to finally get it right. That need, that moment, flicked a switch in me. I was done with half measures and quick fixes. I had to figure out how to make my body change for good. I'd tried everything, or so I thought. For years, I leaned hard into cardio, spending hours on the treadmill or elliptical, believing that burning calories was the key to fat loss. I'd leave the gym dripping with sweat, feeling like I'd earned my progress. Then, there were the bootcamp style classes. I loved the energy, the music, the camaraderie. I'd swing kettlebells, hold light dumbbells, and push through fast-paced circuits until I was out of breath, my heart pounding, feeling like I was killing it. I also dabbled in what I thought was weight training, grabbing 10 or 15-pound dumbbells for endless reps, copying moves I saw on Instagram, thinking I was building muscle because, well, I was using weights. But nothing was producing an evident change. My body wasn't changing. The scale barely budged, and worse, I didn't look or feel any different in the mirror. I was running into the same issues over and over: exhaustion, hunger, and a physique that refused to budge no matter how much I was dripped in sweat. The problem I later realized was that I was overtraining and underfueling. Those high-intensity bootcamp workouts made me sweat, but they weren't transforming my physique. They were conditioning sessions, great for endurance or burning calories in the moment, but not for building muscle. Just because I was holding a dumbbell didn't mean I was strength training. I was moving weights, sure, but without structure, intention, or progression, I wasn't creating the stimulus my muscles needed to grow. And the calorie restriction? I was severely limiting my food, chasing fat loss by cutting carbs and eating tiny portions, leaving my body starving for the fuel it needed to repair and build. My workouts felt brutal because I was running on empty and my body was too stressed to make any real changes. I was working hard, but I was getting nowhere. Then came a point I will be forever grateful for. A turning point. Frustrated and desperate for answers, I dove into hours of research, determined to understand why I wasn't building muscle. That's when I stumbled across something that blew my mind. The concept of progressive overload. It was stunning, almost hard to believe that something so simple could be the key I'd been missing for years. Progressive overload means gradually increasing the weight, reps, or intensity of your exercises over time to challenge your muscles and force them to adapt. It's not about swinging a kettlebell 1,000 times or doing endless light reps. It's about lifting heavier weights with purpose, tracking your progress, and giving your muscles a reason to grow. I learned that true strength training isn't just moving weights. It's a structured plan with lower rep ranges, heavier loads, and enough rest between sets to push real intensity. And the nutrition piece? I was shocked to discover that underfueling was sabotaging me. To build muscle, your body needs protein to repair tissue, carbs to power your workouts, and enough overall calories to support growth. Starving myself was keeping me stuck. Armed with this knowledge, I overhauled my approach. I slowed down my workouts, trading frantic bootcamp circuits for focused strength training sessions. I started lifting heavier, think 25, 30, even 40-pound dumbbells, working in lower rep ranges of 6 to 10, making sure each set pushed me close to failure. I embrace progressive overload, adding a little more weight or a few more reps each week, tracking everything in a notebook to ensure I was moving forward. I also changed how I ate. No more slashing calories to the bone. I prioritize protein, chicken, eggs, Greek yogurt, aiming for at least 80 grams a day. I brought back carbs like rice and sweet potatoes, giving my body the energy it needed to lift heavy and recover. I stopped over-restricting, eating enough to fuel my goals without feeling deprived. It wasn't about chasing the scale anymore, it was about building a body I loved. The results were nothing short of life-changing. Within months, I saw real body composition changes. My arms looked defined, my legs had shape, and my posture was stronger. I gained about 5 pounds of muscle, and while I might have lost a little fat too, the scale didn't shift much, maybe 5 pounds total. But the difference was night and day. My clothes fit better, my confidence soared, and I felt powerful, not just smaller. I wasn't chasing skinny anymore. I was building strength, and that changed everything. I'd wasted years trying to lose 10 pounds, when building 5 pounds of muscle transformed my physique in ways I never imagined. Fast-paced workouts had made me sweat, but smart training gave me results. As a result of this shift, I've never felt stronger or more at peace with my body. I used to think cardio and light weights were the key, but I was so wrong. I wish I'd known 10 years ago that muscle, not weight loss, was the key to the look and feel I wanted. That 5 pounds of muscle did more for my frame than losing 10 pounds ever could. It gave me shape, boosted my metabolism, and let me eat more without guilt. I'm not perfect, but I'm proud of the body I'm building, and I'm never going back to those frantic, ineffective workouts or restrictive diets. Now, I'm on a mission to share this with others, especially women who are stuck in the same cycle I was. If your body isn't changing, maybe your strategy needs to. Stop chasing the scale. It gives you a false story, a false impression. Weight training for women isn't about getting bulky. It's about creating a strong, sculpted physique that feels as good as it looks. I want everyone to know that you can work hard and still not get results if you're not training smart. Progressive overload changed my life, and proper fueling made it possible. I wish I'd bought into body recomposition sooner, because I'd be years further along by now. But the beauty of this journey is that it's never too late to start. If I can make this transformation, so can you. Let's stop wasting time on bootcamp workouts that don't work and start building the bodies we deserve.